Welcome back. Welcome back. We are back. We are back. Another day, another Sunday. You are now tuned into
Our Hidden History radio show.
Yeah, man, we're back. We are going to deal with the big three, Ishmael, primarily Ishmael. We are going to touch on Edom and Moab, but that's going to be like later on down the line, and how they had a direct involvement in our enslavement. So we left off with it was literature and history.com. We left off of there. We're gonna go to Wikipedia now. I want to go to Wikipedia, the Nabateans. I mentioned how Nabayoth, Ishmael had 12 sons. He had Kedar, the eldest, and he had Nabayoth. Nabajoth or Yoth is the progenitor of the Nabateans. All right. We're going to read about the Nabateans, and we're going to stop at unknown amount. All right? Unknown amount.
Nabateans. The Nabateans are Nabateans.
Mm-hmm.
Nabatene Aramaic. Vocalized as, let me jump down, were an ancient Arab people who inhabited northern Arabia and the southern Levant. Their settlements, most prominently the assumed capital city of Raghmu, present-day Petra, Jordan, gave the name Nabatene to the Arabian borderland that stretched from the Euphrates to the Red Sea.
Mm-hmm.
The Nabateans emerged as a distinct civilization and political entity between the 4th and 2nd centuries BCE, with their kingdom centered around a loosely controlled trading network that brought considerable wealth and influence across the ancient world. Described as fiercely independent by contemporary Greco-Roman accounts, the Nabateans were annexed into the Roman Empire by Emperor Trajan in 106 Common Era. Nabateans, individual culture, easily identified by their characteristic finely potted painted ceramic, was adopted into the larger Greco-Roman culture. They converted to Christianity during the later Roman era. They have been described as one of the most gifted peoples of the ancient world and one of the most unjustly forgotten.
Go to history. Where does it say unknown amount? Let me see where. Can y'all find that in the page, please? Unknown amount. So now I'm not reading the wrong thing. Okay, here we go. Go back up then. Go back up so we can know. All
right here.
Good.
The Nabateans were allies of the first Hasmoneans in their struggles against the Seleucid monarch. They then became rivals of the Judean dynasty and a chief element in the disorders that invited Pompey's intervention in Judea.
Because in 65 BC, you had General Pompey that invaded and took over Jerusalem. And that's how they managed to take. Rome managed to possess Jerusalem by that time during Pompey. The Nabateans helped the Romans basically help us to overthrow or take over Judea, the Romans. Go ahead.
According to a popular historian, Paul Johnson, many Nabateans were forcibly converted to Judaism by Hasmonean king Alexander Jannaeus.
Because the Nabateans and the Edomites pretty much resided together, if not next door. When John Hyrcanus took over, him and his children started to basically take over the land and say, listen, you're either going to give us the land and convert, or we just destroy you. So they converted also. Some of them converted also. Go ahead.
It was this king who, after putting down a local rebellion, invaded and occupied the Nabatean towns of Moab and Gilead and imposed a tribute of an unknown amount.
So you see, it says that it was this king, Alexander Jannaeus, of the Hasmonean family, who, after putting down a local rebellion, invaded and occupied the Nabatean towns of Moab and Gilead. So Ishmael, Moab, and Edomites were all neighbors, and they had cohabitations among themselves. All right? That's all I want. Now, get me 2 Maccabees chapter 5, verse 6. So it's still the big three. You mentioned Moab there, Ishmael and Moab. And the Nabateans resided in Petra, which is the land of Edom. But Edom was there first.
Right.
Then Ishmael came in living in there afterwards. Because they try to say, those big rock castles you see that resemble the White House, the Nabateans built those. Right. No. Edom built those. And the Nabateans came up in there and took over most of it because when Babylon came up and he conquered the nations, he displaced some nations, and so the Nabateans moved right up in there around that time. They moved up in there. Okay? And they pretty much co-inhabited that land. Right, this thing right here, the Nabateans built this. There's no way. Edom built this. All right? They even have a thing called the Eagle of Petra. You can find that real fast. It's called the Eagle of Petra, and that's from Edom. Edom put that there.
And Deacon, you see the resemblance today of how Esau build their buildings today.
Yeah,
you see the same resemblance.
Yeah, the U.S. In Washington D.C., New York,
here in Philly,
they have the same architecture. It's the same thing.
It's a caveman.
Yeah, a caveman. No damn Arabs putting that there. Edom. That's the eagle right here. You see a picture. The Eagle of Petra right here. That's their symbol. Look familiar to you? Looks very familiar to me.
Wow.
Got the dollar bill, right? That's the Eagle of Petra. Going back to the Romans, going back to them being the Greeks. The same symbol.
Oh, man.
Obadiah. Get that real fact me, Obadiah, real quick.
Bring that out.
Let's just get it real quick, Obadiah. I'm sidebarring for a moment. I'm trying to stay on Ishmael, but Edom makes me sick. But I got to get on Ishmael real quick. Obadiah. I don't want to kill my time, but I have to. I have to just bring it out real quick. Because that lie is being perpetuated. Oh, yeah, Edom, the Nabateans built that. No, they did not. Edom built that, and the Nabateans moved in and became the new renters. That's all. Read that.
Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 1. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord God, concerning Edom.
Mm-hmm.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
This is referring to the last days. Go ahead.
Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
Because not only is Edom a minority, he's not the majority that they lie to us and say he's a minority, and he is surrounded by dark nations that outnumber him. And he's despised, especially over there in Israel. He is despised. Go ahead. And here in America. Go ahead.
Thou art greatly despised.
Exactly. Read on.
The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee.
But the pride of his heart has deceived him. Go ahead.
Thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock.
Clefts. Dwells in the clefts of the rock. Goes back to that thing right there. Petra, Edom, Idumea. Okay, go ahead.
Whose habitation is high.
Because it's a mountain. It's a mountain range. It's right there. Go ahead. See our mountains. Go ahead.
That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
To make that statement would mean you have to gain a significant amount of power to make a statement that way, which is going into the last days. Read on. The Greeks and Romans. Go ahead.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
Show that picture again. Do I do what?
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. The eagle. The eagle. Go ahead.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
That's always been their symbol. Spain, eagle. Portugal, eagle. Britain, eagle. Spain, eagle. Greece, eagle. Rome, eagle. Always the eagle, always. And what's funny is God will make them do it. They'll read it and say, I'm not going to do that. And they'll still do it because God said so.
Damn, send their spirit.
You could have used the dove. Well, use the dove instead of the eagle so that will throw people off. No, the Most High said, nah, you're going to use the eagle. Everybody going to know who you are.
Hey, Deke, also here for the emblem for the United States, they were talking about using the turkey.
Yeah.
But still, they went and still ended up using the eagle.
Yep. They gotta honor that first beast. They gotta honor Rome. They have to honor Rome. Go ahead.
And though thou set thyself among the stars.
That's their space travel. Some of y'all say the moon landing never happened. That's fine. They are in space though. That's where your GPS works. Because they were in space. Go ahead.
And though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
Will I bring thee down? This coin right here, that's a bad coin. That's Susan B. Anthony. That's a Susan B. Anthony coin on one side, and that's the eagle landing on the other. This coin was minted the year of the moon landing, I believe. And the reason why they have Susan B. Anthony on one side and the eagle on the other is because Susan B. Anthony represents confusion and feminism. Feminism and them landing on the moon. It all goes back to exalting confusion and evil. It all goes back to the same. And when the truth started coming out, they got rid of the coin. Because it shows the eagle landing on the moon. They said, okay, give rid of that coin because these niggas is teaching in the street about that moon and get rid of that. Because they said it resembled the quarter too much. Okay. Why make it then?
Right.
So let's go back. Back to Ishmael again, back to the Arabs. Those of you who are listening right now, who may have come across this show, someone may have recommended it to you and you're a Muslim. If you're upset after this show, you are a Near Eastern house nigga. I'm gonna just tell you straight to your face. You're a coon for the Arab man. So understand this lesson is not attacking black Muslims. It's attacking the man behind the religion itself and the people behind the religion itself that the Bible speaks against over and over again. Okay, I'm going to show you why I have a heavy disdain for Islam. Because I touched on Christianity years ago.
Yep.
So they had their turn. Now it's time for Islam. Islam has to have its turn because those are the two biggest religions, the largest religions on the planet. And I have to address both. So now we're dealing with Ishmael now, the big three. Christianity was one, Edom. Ishmael's number two. I got to deal with it in that order. Then Moab eventually, but Moab is not really, Hinduism, Buddhism, it's not really,
They're insignificant.
Yeah, it's not really a problem. I don't care about that. So.
And Dick, they still have a hole in our community too.
Yeah.
The Arabman.
Yeah.
That religion is really kind of destroying our community as well.
Yeah, but I'm going to show how Moab ties into this and so just how they know better. I'm going to show that. So let's go to 2 Maccabees 5, verse 6 to 8.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 5 and verse 6. But Jason slew his own citizens without mercy.
Jason's going into this evil Negro that was he was responsible for trying to assimilate. Well, he did assimilate our people into Greek society. He was a coon. He was the worst of the worst black man on earth. One of the worst men ever. You read about in the scriptures. Jason, go ahead.
Not considering that to get the day of them of his own nation would be a most unhappy day for him. But thinking they had been his enemies and not his countrymen, who he conquered.
So Jason hated his own kind. He thought of them as his enemies rather than his own people. Like a lot of you black people today, a lot of you celebrities today, you despise your people. You speak down to your people. A lot of y'all, especially a lot of the black folks that are, because Jason gained status under the king of the Greeks. Whenever black folks gain status, and we talk about things like slavery or our oppression, you got black folks saying, oh, that's racial idolatry. You niggas, you Negroes are the worst. I'm trying to say nigga as much as I want to because it makes me feel good when I say it. I think the word Negro and nigger does not come off as powerful as nigga. I like to say nigga more than anything else. Makes my teeth white when I say it. But you Negroes that gain status in society, you talk down on us, and we mentioned about slavery and so forth as if slavery was 1,000 years ago. You do understand that we gained civil rights like 60 years ago, right? Mm-hmm. You understand that. You understand that sharecropping ended in 1960. It went on for years under 4 presidents covertly. Sharecropping ended in 1960, 100 years after our enslavement ended. And in Saudi Arabia, it ended in 1964 or 2, and in Mauritania, it ended in 1980. And in Brazil, it ended in 1888. This is not like hundreds of years ago, 1,000 years, a million years. We're talking about less, an old person ago. An old person grow old, that's that long. It's not that long ago. 60 years ago, as we got right, 70 years, 60 years ago. I'm guesstimating. But around 60, 70 years ago, we were not considered human beings.
Right.
At all. And then before that, we was getting hung. And we're still being killed today and hung. Women, our sisters going missing, getting chopped up, getting thrown in the river, being hung from trees. They have sundown towns even to this day. You can't drive. You got to drop them things real quick. But, they say you're playing victim. No, we are descendants of victims.
Right.
And that victimhood, that trauma, that thing seeped into our genetics. It's been proven that the slavery of our forefathers was so severe that it altered our DNA. That's how bad it was. And you stupid rich niggas out here talking your mess. Victimhood, because you making 6 figures. You wait till this place starts falling apart. We're gonna see where your victimhood talk is then. Get on.
Verse 7. Howbeit, for all this, he obtained not the principality, but at the last received shame for the reward of his treason.
For the reward of his treason against his people, because Jason was not a patriot. Our forefathers are patriots to their own people.
Right.
This guy committed treason against his own kind. Go ahead, like y'all be doing. Go ahead.
And fled again into the country of the Ammonites.
So he ran to the ancient Japanese at the time. Read on.
In the end, therefore, he had an unhappy return, being accused before Aretas, the king of the Arabians.
This Aretas is Aretas the first. He was the king of the Arabians or the Nabateans. He was a Nabatean king. Aretas the first. Go ahead.
Fleeing from city to city, pursued of all men, hated as a forsaker of the laws, and being had in abomination as an open enemy of his country and his countrymen. He was cast out into Egypt.
All praise. He was exiled into Egypt. But he ran to that Arabian king Aretas the first. He ran to him first. Now, get me 2 Corinthians 11 and 32. 2 Corinthians 11:32. Now, last week I read about Herod. I believe it was Antipater or Herod or Antipater. Oh, Antipater. Antipater married a woman named Cypros, and she was the cousin of Aretas the third. Okay, Herod, I believe Antipater, who was the father of the Herodian dynasty, married a Nabatean woman named Cypros, and she was the cousin of Aretas the third. 2 Corinthians 11, verse 32.
2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 32. In Damascus, the governor under Aretas.
The governor under who?
Aretas.
Under Aretas. This is Aretas the fourth. This is King Aretas of the Arabians the fourth. Go ahead.
The king kept the city of the Damascens with the garrison.
Damascenes.
Damascenes.
That's Syria. Go ahead.
With a garrison, desirous to apprehend me.
This dude had put out an APB for Paul. He had the place surrounded, and Paul still escaped. The Lord had him escape anyway. But King Aretas, this is King Aretas the fourth of the Arabians. So Maccabees mentions the first. Antipater, the father of the Herodians, was cousin or married into the family of the third one. Jason ran to the first one for help, and then the one of the fourth, he tried to have Paul taken out.
I think the fourth is Philopatris.
I don't know this.
Yeah,
No.
the fourth.
Okay, well but basically,
Philopatris.
okay, so this is Aretas what?
The fourth, Philopatris.
Philopatris. Okay, so he's the fourth. All right, you see, Antipater. Thank you. Antipater married Cypros, an Nabatean noble woman. Go down. It said his name. Go down. Right there. Read. It says, read it right there.
Antipater married Cypros, a Nabatean noble woman,
Well, come on.
which helped endear the Nabateans to him.
Uh-huh.
Their marriage helped bring about a close friendship between him and King Aretas,
That's the third. Go ahead.
called by Josephus Aretas the Arabian,
Go ahead.
to whom Cypros was related.
Cousins. So the Edomites and Ishmaelites intermarried. And this intermarriage led into what you call today Ottoman Turks. Turkish people. Turks. Turks are Edom and Arabs mingled together. If you look at that picture, get some images of them. I'm going to show you how they look. Some of them are dark with blue eyes, gray eyes, black eyes. They get that Ishmaelite tan, but Edomite features. These are the guys that under Islam took over Egypt. They took over Libya. Those are Turks. When Kevin Hart said that Egypt was Africa, they got mad at him. Why? Because these are Edomite. I call them Edom Arabs. Yes. These are Edom Arabs mingled together. And they say, oh, we were always in Egypt. No, you were not always there.
He wasn't.
But Edom does that. Edom will conquer a people and then profess to have always been there and be those people. That's why you watch the movie The Mummy, how that guy looked. That guy shouldn't look like that at all, The Mummy. He should have been a straight Negro playing that role. Or him might play that role. This is them here. You see the two girls, put the two girls there. Yeah, click down. Let me see them real fast. Blow it up. Let me see them. So you see that the Edomite features. One looks more Arab, one looks more not Arab, Arabish. Edomitish features. Those are Turks. Okay? We got that book about the Turks, who they are. That book, you pull that up real fast about the Turks.
Wasn't Herod Antipas married to Aretas the fourth's daughter, who he divorced and then married his brother's wife?
I forgot.
They was
the
doing a
history.
lot of intermingling.
That's when John got beheaded. I think that was Aretas the fourth, Philopatris' daughter that he
Oh,
was
okay.
married to, Antipas.
Oh, Herod Antipas. Yes.
He was married to
Aretas
the fourth's
the
daughter.
fourth's daughter, yes. Herod Antipas is married to Aretas the fourth's daughter, and he got rid of her
to marry his
to marry
brother's
Herodias.
wife.
Get that real quick, John, real fast. Get that.
And then John got beheaded.
John got headed because of that. Yes,
Corrected him.
he left his wife for this one, for this chick here.
Even in Genesis, Esau was marrying.
Yeah, I brought that out last week. Esau married the Ishmaelite Nebaioth's sister. Yeah. That was the beginning of them intermingling, and over time they became Turks. That not all of them, because Ishmael had 12 sons, but certain families of Ishmael in Edom intermarried, and that's your Turks. Where's it at? John gets beheaded with Herodias dancing for him and all that. So John.
Hold on.
Was it Matthew?
Go to Mark chapter 6. Mark chapter 6, verse 17. Start at 14. Mark 6:14.
It's in Matthew too, right? I think.
It's in, yes, sir.
Right.
I mean, depend on.
It don't matter. It don't matter which way you're reading from. It's just, as long as you read it.
Matthew 14.
Matthew 14. Yeah, I knew it was there. I was close to there.
The book of Mark, chapter 6 and verse 14. And King Herod heard of him, for his name was spread abroad. And he said that John the Baptist was risen from the dead, and therefore mighty works do shew forth to themselves in him. Others said that it is Elias.
No, if John is dead, it's not what I want. Get Matthew 14.
Yeah.
He's dead already. Matthew 14.
No, you keep reading.
Oh, it's more? Okay.
Keep reading.
Verse 15. Others said that it is Elias, and others said.
Jump to the point. Get to verse 16.
Verse 16. But when Herod heard thereof, he said, it is John, whom I beheaded. He is risen from the dead.
Right, go ahead.
For Herod himself had sent forth and laid hold upon John, and bound him in prison, for Herodias' sake, his brother Philip's wife.
Right, because he was originally married to Aretas IV's daughter, but he wanted his brother's wife. And John checked him for it, and Herodias got mad and had him beheaded. So their families always had ties together. They had ties. And a lot of, believe it or not, I guarantee you, behind closed doors, a lot of those elite Arabs that got money and the elite Israelis that got money, they talking. That's why they're not making no moves. Because they traders to their own people, so they have money. But a lot of those people over there, and those Turkish people over there in Egypt and so forth, those are Edom Arabs. Now, which order it is, Arab, Edom, or Edom, Arab, it don't make a difference. They all mingle together. When it comes to the Turks, it's either one or the other. Look at this. Those supposed to be Turks. Look like Kelly and Amber right there. Kelly and Amber.
The Olsen twins.
Yeah, the Olsen, the Arabic Olsen twins.
The Olsen twins.
Yeah, the Olsen twins. You got that book or no? With the Turks or no?
Obviously, I can't. You have that with the Turks teaming? Talking about with teaming?
The Turks, that book you pulled before. With the Turks being teaming?
Oh. Yeah, I'll bring it up.
Yeah. But so I'll talk in the meantime. So basically, we're going to show y'all in a book basically that the Turks are Edom pretty much, but they mingled with Ishmael. All right? We're going to show y'all that now. Which child of Ishmael they intermarried with, I don't know. Could be Nebaioth as well.
Hey, Deke, in verse 14 and 15, when Herod was saying it's Christ or it's Elias, that showed you that Edom understands the prophecy of certain prophets coming back to do something.
Yeah, because they had to read our book. Yeah. Which means, guess what? They read Obadiah. Right. They read Malachi. Yeah. They read Isaiah 34. They read Isaiah 63. They read their demise.
Yeah. Hey, remember the one book? They said Edom. The book of Obadiah is the favorite study.
Yeah, of the modern Jews.
Of the modern Jews.
Yeah, in the Watson Dictionary.
Why are they looking at that? Because they know that's their fate. They read it over and over again.
Because that was Herod's study. That's why. That was Herod's study. So, where we at?
We can read down if you want.
You can just read down a little bit more. Yes.
Verse 17. For Herod himself had sent forth and laid hold upon John.
Now, I'm sorry. Y'all can fact check us, but I'm telling you, that's how it went. He was married to Aretas IV's daughter, and he left. He got rid of her to go and take his brother Philip's wife, Herodias. But go ahead.
And bound him in prison for Herodias' sake, his brother Philip's wife, for he had married her. For John had said unto Herod, It is not lawful for thee to have thy brother's wife.
That's adultery. You shouldn't do that. Go ahead.
Therefore, Herodias had a quarrel against him
She had beef with John because she basically said he was C-blocking. Go ahead.
and would have killed him, but she could not.
But she couldn't. So she said, okay, well, I'll dance for you, but give me one request. And he was like, what? Give me his head in a platter. So he had to oblige her. Demon, man. They the worst. The worst. Herodias was a Edomite woman. So the same hatred the men have, the women have it too. Okay? The women have it too. There's nothing changed. It's the same. In fact, it's brought out that a lot of the chains that brought us over here in ships, the women made them chains. The white women made those chains. Damn! Yeah, and them hoods that they wore, the white women sold them hoods. Django showed that. Oh, I can't see, Mortimer. The hole's too small. Nah, man, you make your own damn hoodie then, since you don't like the hoodie my wife made for y'all ungrateful sons of bitches. I was in Django, man. I ripped it. Oh, man, I done ripped it, Mortimer. God damn it. Biff, told you. These guys are the worst, man. That name, Mortimer, why? I can't get Biff and Mortimer. That name is new now. I use that now. But if it was Biff, now I'm stuck on Mortimer now.
Yeah,
Something's going to come.
That fits a little better.
Yeah, Mortimer, right? Mortimer. Gilligan. Damn it, Gilligan. I told you. These names, man.
It's hillbilly names.
Yeah, it's hillbilly names, man.
Mortimer.
There's one more name I'm trying to think of it. Some of my time can't think of it right now. It's in my head. I got to figure it out. I'm going to say it when it comes to my mind. I'm going to say it.
Pee Wee Herman.
Billy Bob.
Not Billy. Yeah, Billy Bob. Damn.
Pee Wee Herman.
Not Pee Wee Herman. No. That one. That's a TV name. Another one.
Yeah, we talking about these hillbilly.
Hill names. Damn. Not Mortimer.
Hills have eyes, Edomites.
All right, what we got? Dusty of America. Let's go to the page.
All right. The Destiny. Go, bro. Can I read?
I was gonna skip past it, so we don't.
Oh,
it's
okay.
all right. You read it. Yeah.
The Destiny of America, with an appendix. Who are the Japanese by road builders?
What's the year?
Go down.
It's on the next page.
Oh, it's on the next page. The next page. What's the year?
Oh, year 1921.
Yep. Still okay. So at this point, and this book is not accessible to us. 1921. We want no civil rights. Go ahead, blow it up.
Still white eyes only.
Yeah, still white eyes only. Yep.
The Edomite family, named Teman in Hebrew, is Taman, and linguistically identical with Teman, Altaman, Othman, Osman, or Ottoman. Atiman
is the Ottoman Turks that conquered the Holy Roman Empire in 1453. Go ahead.
Osman, Ottoman, or Othman is an Edomite family name.
Edomite family name that mingle with Ishmael. Go ahead.
The historian Gibbon, in his 47th chapter, gives the original form of the name of Othman, the son of Atorgru, as Thaman. Now Teman, or more strictly Theman, was a grandson of Esau.
Grandson of Esau, a duke. Ottomans are dukes. Israelis are dukes. Rome was a duke. Greeks were a duke. You understand? Russia was a duke. All the elite families of Edom took these lands in possession. So the Turks are Edom and Ishmael mingled together. Primarily Edom, but mingle with Ishmael as well. Let's go back.
So basically, they find their own self.
They find their own. It's
in the
just
East.
ridiculous. It's just a bunch of heathens doing this, just running wild. The leash is gone. Christ come back and put the leash back on. They run. You know how dogs get when they run loose. You got. Get the big stick and. Anyway, where we at? Get me Isaiah 60 verse 7. Isaiah 60 verse 7.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 60 and verse 7. All the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee.
All the flocks of Kedar. This is the time when we'll be ruling. The time we'll be ruling. Read again.
All the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee.
All the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered unto thee. Together unto thee. Go ahead.
The rams of Nabaioth shall minister unto thee. They shall come up with acceptance on mine altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory.
So Ishmaelites are going to end up honoring the Lord at some point. They're going to get the chance to redeem themselves. Of course, after we've conquered them, of course,
Right.
and they're going to bring forth offerings to the Lord, to the true God, not the God they made up in their head, but the actual God of the Bible that they copied from and, and plagiarized and gave it a Arabic twist. That's their fate. Kedar and Nabiath and all the rest of them. Now, get me Zechariah 12:7.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 12 and verse 7. The Lord also shall save the tents of Judah first.
The Lord shall save the tents of Judah first. The Lord will do with Judah first and then all the rest. Go ahead.
That the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David.
David was a god, basically a supernatural being on earth. A prophet, a king, a warrior. Go ahead. Mighty. Go ahead.
And the house of David shall be as
The
God,
house of David shall be as God. Angels on the earth. Go ahead.
as the angel of the Lord before them.
Christ. We're going to be as the Lord himself. That's you're going to have Isaiah 60 verse 7 take place. They're going to bring upon the altar or face supernatural Negroes that they enslaved. That's what's going to happen. Now.
Hey, Dick, don't forget Levi is part of the Judah family.
Judah.
Benjamin Levi.
Yes, sir.
Let's just read past
I'm
that.
sorry if I said just.
No, it's okay. Let's just ignore.
Got it.
That we all come from the waters.
No.
Yo, what's happening?
We gotta get a black highlight. We gotta get a black highlight over that.
Judah, Benjamin Levi.
We gotta put a black highlight over that,
Yeah.
that verse.
The Jews.
Yeah.
A black highlighter.
Y'all be all right. Simeon, y'all be all right.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah, we
snap.
lived in Judah's land. We're surrounded by Judah.
Yeah. Same mama.
Yep.
Song of Solomon 1 and 1. I can never find it. Not the Proverbs. Ecclesiastes. No,
Yes, sir.
no, Song of Solomon, yeah.
Yes, sir. Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 1. The Song of Songs, which is Solomon's.
Which is Solomon's song. Solomon wrote the Song of Solomon. Not a woman, a black woman. Solomon wrote songs. Read verse 1 again.
The Song of Songs, which is Solomon's.
You do understand that Solomon's wives were all morons, right? He said it himself in Ecclesiastes that among 1,000 women he found none wise. So none of them wrote
they didn't
these
write
songs. They wrote nothing.
That's a cut.
Oh, women, black women. No. He wrote the songs about the relationship between God and his people. It's a parable regarding the relationship between Christ and his people, Israel. Christ being the groom, Israel being the bride. It's a love story between the two in prophecy. Now, jump to verse 5.
Verse 5. I am black.
Solomon said, I am black. Put the image up again, like that image. Put it up again.
Yeah, that was nice.
Solomon said what?
I am black.
This isn't an actual book. This is Solomon. It says, I am black. He's depicted as a black man with a crown. In the scroll. Go ahead.
but comely.
But beautiful, meaning and, because but means and beautiful. Black and beautiful. Go ahead.
O ye daughters of Jerusalem,
Oh, ye daughters of Jerusalem. Go ahead.
as the tents of Kedar.
He said, I am black as the tents of Kedar. Go ahead.
as the curtains of Solomon.
Give me an image of tents of Kedar. Give me the image. Just type in tents of Kedar image. Let's see what color the tents are. Let's see if they're white colors or red or pink.
Hey, y'all don't have the other images that Bishop put up yesterday of King Solomon?
Yeah, I want that too. I got that. Those are tents of Kedar. Now we have brothers in our congregation that reside in Qatar, modern day Qatar, which goes back to the name Kedar. I'll say it again. The modern day area today known as Qatar, Qatar, is Kedar, in reference to that sun. And our brothers today who live there, our congregation who live out there, they said that the curse of Solomon are black curtains, extremely black, dark curtains.
Dang.
And what does Kedar mean?
Black.
It means black or dark skin. That's exactly what the word means. So there's a curtain. There's a tent right here. A tent of Kedar right here. Is there any more? Other than that one? If that's all they got, that's fine. Yep, right there.
For some more.
Look at that. Black curtains, black with some white design on the side. He wasn't a zebra, so obviously it's referring to the black part. All right, that's the tents of Kedar. Black. He is black. I am black as the tents of Kedar. He was so Solomon was extremely dark. Okay, you know why? And you know why he was dark? Because his daddy was dark too, David, and his mama.
Burnt in the furnace.
Burnt in the furnace, exactly. So now, give me the Isaiah 21, verse 11. Isaiah 21, verse 11.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 21 and verse 11.
Yeah.
The burden of Dumah, he calleth to me out of Seir.
Dumah is going into Ishmael, I believe. Dumah,
Yep.
go ahead.
Watchman, what of the night? Watchman, what of the night?
Read 11 to get to the top.
The burden of Dumah,
Ishmael.
he calleth to me out of Seir.
Read them, go ahead.
Watchman, what of the night? Watchman, what of the night? The watchman said, the morning cometh, and also the night. If ye will inquire ye, return, come. The burden upon Arabia,
Arabia, Dumah, go ahead.
and the forest of in Arabia shall ye lodge. O ye traveling companies of Dadamim.
That's Ishmael too.
The inhabitants of the land of Timah
Ishmael too.
brought water to him that was thirsty. They prevented with their bread him that fled.
So it's going into the prophecy against Ishmael. Ishmael's prophesied against multiple times and multiple families of Ishmael. That's why I said earlier, Edom intermingle with these families. So that's why I said I don't know all of the families he intermingled with, but he did mingle with them. Nabayoth is one of them. All right? Now, get me the Jews and Moors in Spain. This book is pretty common, so I don't mind sharing the name of it. Every book I'm not going to share because Bishop shows books. The books end up out of print or $1 billion the next day. So we're not doing that too often. Like remember when we first did the show, we would show a page and that's it.
Right.
And the bishop was like, "This is the author's address," and I'm like, "Bishop, stop! No, this is his address, his name. This is the file you could get it at, so you could buy it from." I'm like, "Oh, Bishop, you're killing us, man." Anyway, Bishop, he didn't care. The Jews and Moors in Spain by Rabbi Krauskopf. You want page 25. Really good book. It was published in, let me look at it. It's pretty old. Published in 1887, 85, 1880s. We were slaves. No, we weren't slaves, but it was old. White eyes only. Well, we were slaves in Brazil. I mean, South America we were slaves, but, you know. You have to,
We were still on the plantation.
we were still on plantation, and we still sharecropping.
Yep.
So, yeah, same thing.
For the same slave master.
Yep. So, page 20, I said 25?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 25. Read the highlighted parts.
The extreme northern part of Africa brought their armies to a sudden halt. Here, they encountered two strong foes. First, the people called Berbers. The noble, a tall, noble-looking race of men, active, high-spirited, and indomitable.
So, these are Berbers. You talk about. Go ahead.
They had the same patriarchal habits.
They had the same patriarchal habits. Go ahead.
The same Shemitic features.
The same Shemitic features.
Were equally skilled in the use of arms and the breeding and handling of horses. And so the Arabs believed them to be of their own race.
Because they were related. Because the Ishmaelites and the Israelites are of Abraham. That's why it's saying that. The Berbers were our people. The Semitic Berbers were you had two groups. You had the Hamitic Berbers, or Tuaregs today, that were heavily involved in our slavery. We're going to get to them later on. And you had the Semitic Berbers, Hamitic Berbers, and Semitic Berbers. Like the sister Queen Kahena. Mm-hmm. She was of the Levitical line. She was a Semitic Berber. Okay? Read on.
The northern coast of Africa has been called by the Romans, from the dark complexion of its people, Mauritania,
or now Morocco. Same area. Go ahead.
and his people were called Moriscos.
Moriscos is, go ahead.
Or Moors.
Or Moors. So Moriscos or Moors or Semitic Berbers are the same thing. Go ahead.
When the superior force of the Arabians...
When the superior force, because by this time Islam gained a huge following and power. Go ahead.
When the superior force of the Arabians compelled the Moors to submit at last.
Once the Moors submitted, they became Moriscos. Go ahead.
The conquerors and the conquered coalesced so completely that in less than a decade, the one could not be distinguished from the other.
Because the Israelites, the real ones, and the Israelites looked the same. They were both black. Then because of intermingling with Esau, some of them look pale. You don't really see dark Arabs like that. They don't really show them.
No.
But they exist. They're around. You can't distinguish them from us because we have the same father, Abraham. So there's similarities with us. Let me see. Go down and see if I want more. You read that. I might want some more.
The second foe, however, who inhabited the northern extremity of
Go to the rock built by.
the rock-built city of Quetta, was garrisoned by Spanish soldiers, and its brave commander, Count Julian, defied the valiant Emir Musa ibn Nasir, the hero of two continents. It seemed as if Islamism had reached its limit, that it would never set its foot up.
No. Let's go on somewhere else. Let's take this to the Inquisition. I don't want to go there yet. I want to spoil the stuff. That's when we start conquering Spain, take over and start whipping Edom's behind all over the place for 700 years of enslaving and beating them all over the place.
Yeah, we went over that anyway.
We went over that already. Yeah, that's beating a dead horse. Give me a treatise of physical geography. I want that one. Bishop shows it all the time. The books he showed all the time, I'm just going. As a Shah Tuesday, I'll show those. But books he didn't show, I won't show. Just a page.
A treatise on physical geography comprising hydrology, geonology,
Yeah. It was a year.
geology, the whole eugenic tree.
Yeah, exactly. What's the year?
1850.
Slavery. We was in straight slavery. All right, go to page 297.
Thus, the Jews are a people who have ever, according to the prophecy, dwelt alone, without intermixing with the nations, to this day. Now this separate race, all descended from brown ancestors.
Brown, just like we read earlier about the Berbers being dark complexion, called Moriscos or called Berbers or Moors. And the Israelites refer to them as our as family because we both had Abraham. Remember, it said patriarchal habits. Ishmael had Abraham as their father, and we had Abraham as our father. So we shared similar habits based upon oral tradition passed on from Abraham to Isaac to Jacob. Read on until they got involved in Islam. Go ahead.
For Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob must have been as dark as Mar Yohanan.
Like Solomon was. Go ahead.
If not darker.
If not darker. Go ahead.
Exhibit every shade of color from the black Jews of Malabar, of whom we have such an interesting account by Dr. Claudius Buchanan.
We exhibit every shade of color because every shade of color comes from us in the first place. We all different shades, even without mixing with white folks. We would be high yellow with brown, dark, jet black, blue black. That's without mixing. God is we can produce that. We can produce different colors and shades without the need of Edom. And a lot of these features that white folks have, black folks had them first. You'll see it, the straight nose, the thin lips. That's over in Ethiopia, a lot of them. And that's us, not unmixed. So those are European features. No, they're not. Those are Negro features. But Edom come out of Negroes, so that's why they call them European features. But Edom come out of us anyway. So a lot of the features that you think come from white folk, black folks had them first.
They just got all of the excessive features at once.
Right, they got them all at once, exactly. So read on.
To the rose and lily complexion of the Jewesses on the banks of the Elbe.
That's the fake ones. Go ahead, the converts. Go ahead.
We need go no further than the Jews of southern Spain.
Then the Jews of what?
Southern Spain.
Then the Jews of southern Spain. Go ahead.
And compare them with those of Holland and northern Germany.
The same rose red ones. Go ahead. Rosy lily is the red ones, the Edomites. Go ahead.
To perceive a very striking difference.
Why? Because they're not the same. They're not the same. The Spanish Jews are dark. The German ones are white. Go ahead.
The Spanish Jew is always dark complexion.
The Spanish Jew is always dark complexion. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Spanish Jew. Watch. Go ahead.
And his hair is uniformly black.
And woolly. Go ahead.
Whilst the German Jew is often as fair as any German.
Because he's a German. Go ahead.
And has lighter red hair.
Because he's Edom.
With blue eyes.
Because he's Edom. Go ahead.
The various shades of color observable among the Negro or African race tends to the same conclusion.
Watch.
Along the coast of Guinea, which is low, marshy, and hot, we find jet black complexions. And this is the very country from which American Negroes have been derived.
What are they saying? That the American Negroes are the same as the Spanish Jews. That's what they're saying. And I'm going to prove that too. I'm going to prove it. Now, get me the next book. Give me The Jews by Maurice Fishberg. This is also on Shout Out Tuesday. Bishop brings it out. I want page 63. Remember the Spanish Jews? Page 63. I got the devil on the page. Damn. I want 62. Shoot. Do I want it? Go to 64. That's fine. Read that right there. Yep, read that.
These fair-haired Jews created a problem.
The fair-haired is the red one. Remember in the last book, red-haired, blue eyes, blonde hair, blue. Remember that? Read it again.
These fair-haired Jews.
Now I'm sorry. Before you even go there, go back to the cover of the book. Go to that book, please. Blow it up, please. This is a book called The Jews, a study of race and environment by Maurice Fishberg. You know what Berg mean? It means the so-called put this together, not IUIC. This is in our book by Maurice Fishberg. Okay, just so there's no confusion about who put it together. And it was published, I believe, in
1911.
1911. All right, let's go back. Let's just put that disclaimer out there. Read that.
These fair-haired Jews created a problem for anthropologists.
Created a what?
A problem for anthropologists.
Why would they create a problem for anthropologists? An anthropologist is a person that studies people.
Yep.
Why would these people create a problem for anthropologists? Read on.
It is a question whence these Indo-Germanic Jews, as Virgil called them.
It is the question when did these Indo or white pale Edomite Jews come from? Go ahead.
Virgil called them, have found their way into the midst of a dark complexion race like the Jews.
How they find themselves among the dark-skinned complexion race, like race, not religion.
Race.
Dark complexion race like the Jews. Where they come from? If the Jews are black, who are these guys over here? Huh? Now, get the next page. Read the top. Watch this.
In fact, even the Spanish and Portuguese Jews, the Sephardim,
The Sephardim is the Spanish Jews. Watch this.
who have been considered to be of a much darker complexion than the Eastern European Jews.
So the Spanish and Portuguese Jews, or Sephardim, are considered to be of much darker complexion than the white ones. Jump down to the bottom.
Oh, you want the
Well, go.
Ashkenazim?
Well, go.
The Ashkenazim?
Yeah, read that. What? Yeah, read that.
Yeah.
Yeah, read the whole thing again. Read it on top.
Yes, sir. In fact, even the Spanish and Portuguese Jews, the Sephardim, who have been considered to be of a much darker complexion than the Eastern European Jews, the Ashkenazim, also have a fair number of blondes among them, as can be seen from the following figures.
So these Eastern European Jews made their way into Bosnia, England, North Africa, Italy, various other areas in Turkey. And they have blondish hair, right? That's what it's saying. The hair in the eyes, a small percentage. Now jump down to
Those are your
the bottom.
Khazars.
Those are Khazars. Now jump down to the Sephardim right here. The Sephardim.
Go, move it up some.
Watch this.
The Sephardim, who have been reputed to
Go back. Watch this.
have preserved the Jewish type more perfectly, are also not lacking in a blonde element.
That's all I wanted. Let me see. That's all I wanted. Let me see something. Hold on. It says it can.
So the so-called that put this book together, he obviously was creating confusion. That's why, yo, where did these other Jews come from? But remember, these are the Khazars, all right? Back around the 8th century, they the ones that came into Spain. We even have a book that showed that they even learned from us. They went to our schools and so forth.
Read. Yeah, that's it. Read again. I misread it. Read it again. That's it.
At the bottom?
Yeah, Sephardim. Go to Sephardim again.
The Sephardim.
Remember, go above again.
Go up.
It says the Sephardim are of a darker complexion than the Eastern, right? Now go down. So you talk about the Sephardim here, the black ones here. Read that.
The Sephardim, who have been reputed to
Have what?
have preserved the Jewish type more perfectly.
Stop. So the Spanish and Portuguese Jews preserved the Jewish type more perfectly, meaning they retained the features of the original Israelites. That's what he's saying. Go ahead.
Are also not lacking in a blonde element.
Because he intermarried with Edom. They're in Portugal and Spain. So they had black folks with blondish hair. But they maintained the black or dark features of the Israelites, the original Israelites. So that's why they said we're confused now, because if these guys were always black, who the hell are these guys over here? And the blonde element found among the black ones is rare, but it's there because they were in Spain and Portugal, intermarrying with Portuguese and Spanish women, white women. Now, get me Sails of Hope. I want page 174. All right, blow it up. Let me see it.
Sails of Hope, the secret mission of Christopher Columbus.
The secret mission of Christopher Columbus. What could this be about?
The secret mission.
By Simon Wiesenthal. Oh, that is Wiesenthal. I didn't write this book. Page 174. There's a lot in here, too. I'm just going to read that one page first, though, because I'll mess around and have your heads explode. The stuff that's in this book.
Do you want to go down to We Do Know?
Let me look at it. Let me see where I want you to go. Just start from there. It's underlined. Start from... yeah, we do know it's fine.
We do know, however, that Columbus sent him together with Rodrigo de Xerxes.
I don't know why I want this page. I don't know how it ties, but I'll use it anyway. I don't know why I have it here. I think I wrote the wrong page down, but it's still good. Go ahead and read it.
We do know, however, that Columbus sent him together with Rodrigo de Xerxes on shore to communicate with the natives.
Yeah, he sent Luis de Torres. He sent his translator. Go ahead, read again.
We do know, however, that Columbus sent him.
Him is Luis de Torres, his translator, his Hebrew translator. Go ahead.
Together with Rodrigo de Xerxes.
Go ahead.
On shore to communicate with the natives.
To communicate with the natives. Go ahead.
And so we can conclude.
The natives is the natives of America. The natives of America. Go ahead.
And so we can conclude that after the landfall in America, the first words addressed to the natives were words of Hebrew.
So the first words addressed to the Native Americans was Hebrew, because they spoke it on this side of the world. But you gainsayers that say Northern Kingdom is not Native Americans, y'all are stupid as hell. Read on.
Curiously enough, Vasco da Gama was to repeat the experiment a few years later. In 1497, while the expulsion of the Jews from Portugal was underway, da Gama took with him on his voyage to India around the Cape of Good Hope an interpreter of Hebrew.
So he went around South Africa and found an interpreter of Hebrew. Go ahead.
Vasco da Gama's man was also a Jew.
Another Hebrew interpreter. Go ahead. Convert. Go ahead.
Gil Nunes, who, like Luis de Torres, underwent baptism just before the voyage. After the landing in Calicut on the Malabar coast of India on May 21st, 1498, he was the first to go on land. He, too, addressed the inhabitants in Hebrew, just as Luis de Torres had done 5 years earlier.
The next page, watch this.
Marco Polo had already mentioned the presence of Jews on the Malabar coast.
Remember, the last book mentioned the Jews of Malabar being dark-skinned. So they brought translators with them to visit these people to speak Hebrew. So they visited America to speak to what? Hebrew-speaking people, and they visited India to speak to Hebrew-speaking people, which are Israelites on the Americas and Israelites in India. I don't know why I have this page here, but I mean, I'm sure it serves a purpose at some point. Yeah, read on.
The so-called Peppered Coast in what is at present the Indian state of Kerala.
Yeah, I don't want that page. I don't want this page, but it's still good stuff. I guess that's a little shot for those of you who doubt Northern Kingdom, I guess. I don't know why I put that there. Well, whatever. All right, give me 2 Chronicles 17, verse 1. Yeah, read the wrong page, but it's okay.
The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 17 and verse 1. And Jehoshaphat his son reigned in his stead, and strengthened himself against Israel. And he placed forces in all the fenced cities of Judah, and set garrisons in the land of Judah, and in the cities of Ephraim, which Asa his father had taken. And the Lord was with Jehoshaphat, because he walked in the first ways of his father David.
He was righteous. Go ahead.
And sought not unto Balaam,
Be a little faster.
but sought to the Lord God of his father, and walked in his commandments, and not after the doings of Israel. Therefore the Lord established the kingdom in his hand, and all Judah brought to Jehoshaphat presents, and he had riches and honor in abundance, and his heart was lifted up in the ways of the Lord. Moreover, he took away the high places and groves out of Judah.
So he was doing right by the Lord. Jehoshaphat. Go ahead.
Also in the 3rd year of his reign, he sent to his princes, even to Benhail, and to Obadiah, and to Zechariah, and to Nathaniel, and to Micaiah, to teach in the cities of Judah.
Go ahead.
And with them he sent Levites, even Shemaiah, and Nathaniah, and Zebediah, and Aziel, and Shemiramoth, and Jehonathan, and Adonijah, and Tobijah, and Tobadonijah, Levites, and with them Elishama and Joram, priest. And they taught in Judah, and had the book of the law of the Lord with them, and went about throughout all the cities of Judah, and taught the people.
They went out there street teaching. Yeah, men out there going in the corner teaching the people. Go ahead.
And the fear of the Lord fell upon all the kingdoms of the land that were round about Judah, so that they made no war against Jehoshaphat.
Come on, verse 11.
Also, some of the Philistines.
Some of who?
Some of the Philistines.
Some of the Philistines
brought Jehoshaphat presents and tribute silver.
Go ahead.
And the Arabians brought him flocks.
So the Philistines and the Arabians, they brought us tribute. Go ahead. When we were doing good, they were subject to us. Go ahead.
7,700 rams and 7,700 he-goats.
All right. So I'm showing you that here, when we ruled, we were doing right by the Lord, these nations were subject to us. We were not subject to them. So we're going to take a quick break after this, and we're going to give you what happens when we started going against the Lord and how that flipped around. All right? So y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Israel united right from corners to countries, gathering the 12 tribes of Israel. We gonna take the world.
We're teaching about?
Hey, ask Deacon Malachi what happened.
Nah, let me show you. What happened, Deacon? No.
You don't want to know.
Wait. This camera. Judah sent you. Judah, who you on the phone to? I'll let you do
A black brother got mad and tried to attack Deacon Malachi.
Yeah, we're leaving it though. We're leaving it.
Inside this basilica. So we're inside the basilica. Nothing but Edomites around. The only Israelite there besides us is a brother that's deceived by a false image of Cedric Boisier. And he has a picture up there of Cedric Boisier. He's on the ground, so we go to take pictures of him. So Deacon Malachi goes up to him and says, "Hey, bro, you know Jesus ain't white, right?"
Don't say that, you are blaspheming. Get away. How dare you blaspheme the name of Jesus? No, get away, don't blaspheme here. You don't blaspheme. How dare you come here to blaspheme the name of Jesus? Be inside. No, get out. How dare you blaspheme here inside the tabernacle? Who are you? He's not white, man. Get away, get away.
He get mad and get up and push Deacon Malachi. Get mad, get angry, so we had to jump in between them. Whole scuffle going on. Edomite running out there. Ah! They scared. Deep, man, deep. I'll pray the Most High. The Spirit was on him, man.
Israel united in Christ, from corners to countries, gathering the 12 tribes of Israel. We gonna take the world. Hey, Most High in Christ, bless Israel, Bishop of that. Yeah, some of you call me the general, and I appreciate that term, but today we're going to find out if I'm a true general or not. في متى 28 أمر المسيح بالتأديب اذهبوا إلى كل الأمم وعمدوهم باسم الآب والابن والروح القدس وعلمهم أن ينتبهوا بغض النظر عما أوصيك بفعله كما نعلم فإن 12 قبيلة من إسرائيل كما قال يعقوب 1:1 منتشرة في جميع أنحاء العالم جميع البلدان من تجارة الرقيق جنوب الصحراء الكبرى إلى تجارة الرقيق عبر المحيط الأطلسي. حسنا، سنتعامل مع ذلك. Das Evangelium wurde überall gepredigt, doch es gibt noch viel zu tun. Okay, hinzu. Korintherbrief Kapitel 10, rund Vers 16. Ich glaube, Paulus hat gesagt, man solle das Evangelium in Regionen jenseits seiner selbst predigen und sich nicht mit der Arbeit anderer Männer rühmen. Wir wollen nicht damit prahlen, dass kein anderes Lager so hoch arbeitet, dass wir auf eine Mission berufen werden. Wir müssen diese Mission erfüllen. Ik heb je nodig, dapper en gedurfd nodig, diakenen, kapiteins, officieren, soldaten om op te staan en jezelf waardig te tonen voor deze waarheid. Oké, dus wat ik kan doen, ik kan je iets laten zien. Yoku kite, kono chizu o miseru. Kanada ni wa ikutsuka no gaku arimasu. Amerika no itaru tokoro ni mo aru. Takaki kami ni kanshashimasu. Tsugi wa Mekishiko ni hairu. No tenemos ninguna base todavía aquí. Entiende, no tenemos fundamento. Tenemos enseñanzas, pero ningún fundamento. El Altísimo nos acaba de permitir abrir una escuela aquí en Ecuador. Pero escucha, mira, no tenemos fundamento en estas áreas. Está bien, tenemos algunas enseñanzas, pero ningún fundamento. Sin fundamento, necesitamos llegar a toda Argentina y Chile. Tuna shule kadha katika bara la Afrika kutoa sifa zote kwa walio juu zaidi kabla hilo shule kadha tunazo hapa, lakini hiyo haitoshi. Tunahitaji shule nyingi zaidi za ukweli wa Injili inayofundishwa sawa. Tunahitaji kugonga maeneo haya Madagascar hata Zambia, Angola sawa. Ndio tunaanza msingi hapa Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Congo. D'accord, nous n'avons rien. Oh, nous aussi nous avons l'Europe. Pas encore de fondation en Espagne, une petite école France. L'Allemagne nous en faut plus. Il y a plus de travail à faire, plus de travail à faire. Eka, आणि या भागात कोणतीही मूलभूत शिकवण नाही. जेव्हा मी पाया म्हणतो, तेव्हा मला शाळा म्हणतात. मी एक माणूस एक संपूर्ण गेला याचा अर्थ असा नाही इकडे क्षेत्र आणि बाकी काहीतरी शिकवले. मी बोलत आहे की कोणताही पाया नाही, या प्रदेशात सुवार्ता शिकवली जात आहे. म्हणून आम्हाला आवश्यक आहे तेथे सत्य शिकवायचे. ठीक आहे. अगदी ऑस्ट्रेलिया. आमचे काही लोक इथे आहेत ऑस्ट्रेलियामध्ये. ठीक आहे. न्यूगिनी, इंडोनेशिया, सुमात्रा, व्हिएतनाम. ठीक आहे. या प्रदेशामध्ये आहेत इस्रायली पाया नाही. सत्य सुवार्ता शिकवली पाहिजे की आपल्या लोकांना या प्रदेशात विखुरलेले आहेत. Está bem, a partir do momento do comércio subsaariano de escravos. Compreende isso. Compreende isso, Israel. Compreende isto. Muito trabalho a fazer. Muito trabalho a fazer. Allora Israele, ho bisogno di alcuni volontari. Ho bisogno che alcuni di voi uomini potenti si alzino in piedi. Diaconi, capitani, ufficiali, soldati, alzatevi. Ho bisogno di volontari per questa missione.
Shalom, brothers and sisters, Most High in Christ bless. We want to thank you all for following Isaiah 11 ministry. We're here to inform you that the local Sabbath classes will now be available in all languages. All of the classes from the bishops, deacons, and captains will now be available in all languages. As it says in Isaiah chapter 11, verse 12, says that the Most High shall set up an ensign for the people.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. Australia is one of the islands of the sea. And you have many other islands near Australia. For example, you have Vanuatu, you have Papua New Guinea, you have the Solomon Islands. All of these are islands of the sea, places where the Israelites in the last days will be scattered. Why? Because they are suffering God's judgment, because they broke his commandments.
To the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greetings. So the same mission the disciples had is our mission today. Our mission is unlike any other mission throughout the world. I want everybody to understand that, okay? There's no group on earth who has undertaken the true mission of the disciples of Christ to resurrect and gather the 12 tribes of Israel which have been scattered abroad. You may call it the diaspora today. The Bible uses other words, the scattered, okay? But it's the same thing. Our people who suffered during the time of colonialization, forced migration, sub-Saharan slave trade, transatlantic slave trade, and it seems like our people have been forgotten. But you are not forgotten.
There will come a time when black people wake up and become intellectually independent enough to think for themselves, as other humans are intellectually independent enough to think for themselves. Then the black man will feel for other black people. And this new thinking and feeling will cause black people to stick together. And then at that point, you'll have a situation where when you attack one black man, you are attacking all black men.
All right, we're back. We are back. We left off with Jehoshaphat doing right by the Lord, and because of him doing right by the Lord, he gained wealth, power, and had the Ishmaelites and the Philistines bring tribute to him. Let's go to so that's us doing well. Get 1 Chronicles 18 and verse 11 now. 1 Chronicles 18, verse 11.
The book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 18 and verse 11. Them also King David dedicated unto the Lord with the silver and the gold that he brought from all these nations.
So David went to war with these nations and brought back these things from them after conquering them. Read.
From Edom.
He conquered Edom.
And from Moab.
Conquered Moab.
And from the children of Ammon. And from the Philistines, and from Amalek.
All these guys were involved in our enslavement and conquering. All of them. But David conquered these nations. He subjugated them. All right, he subjugated them. Now, get me 2 Chronicles 9:14. Those of y'all who have any questions regarding the class, the topic, you can call us at 267 702-6121. That's 267-702-6121. 2 Chronicles 9 and 14.
2 Chronicles chapter 9 and verse 14. Beside that which chapmen and merchants brought, and all the kings of Arabia and governors of the country brought gold and silver to Solomon.
So again, we were doing right by the Lord. In our righteousness, these nations were giving us tribute. Okay, they were being taxed. Okay, get me real quick. Go back to that book I want, War of the Jews. I mentioned earlier. I'll forget. I mentioned earlier about the Berbers. How you had Semitic Berbers and Hamitic Berbers. Somebody else say, oh, "Where's the proof of that?" It's right here. It's called the War of the Afro-Asian Jews. Mm-hmm. All right, Black Jews. That's what it means. Afro Jews of the East, Asia. Go down to for centuries, Jews have been living.
For centuries, Jews have been living at peace with the Semitic Negroid Berbers.
With the Semitic Negroid Berbers. Go ahead.
Or Hamitic Berbers.
Or Hamitic Berbers. Go ahead.
In lands we call Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia. After 1000 BCE, the Barbary coast was settled by Phoenicians from Lebanon.
Which is us. That was Israelites. So we're the oldest inhabitants that settled the northwestern regions of Africa. It says the Semitic Negroid Berbers, or it says the Jews that lived at peace with the Semitic Negroid Berbers, which is their own people, or the Hamitic Berbers, which is Ham, that we conquered and pushed there with Joshua. So you had Hamitic Berbers and you had the Semitic Negroid Berbers, two distinct ones. One Ham, one Shem. The Jews was at peace with them because the Negroid Berbers conquered the Hamitic ones. We took over. So the Jews is cool. The Jews is safe. We're safe there. That's all I want. And we have been there since the time of Hannibal, basically.
Even
Dido. Yeah, exactly. Which is around 800 BC.
Yeah, right.
All right. Give me 2 Chronicles 21 verse 1.
2 Chronicles chapter 21 and verse 1. Now Jehoshaphat slept with his fathers, and was buried with his fathers in the city of David. And Jehoram his son reigned in his stead.
Here we go.
And he had brethren, the sons of Jehoshaphat, Azariah, and Jahiel, and Zechariah, and Azariah, and Michael, and Shephatiah. All these were the sons of Jehoshaphat, king of Israel. And their father gave them great gifts of silver, and of gold, and of precious things, with fenced cities in Judah. But the kingdom gave he to Jehoram, because he was the firstborn.
The oldest, go ahead.
But when Jehoram was risen up to the kingdom of his father, he strengthened himself, and slew all his brethren with the sword.
Oh, gosh. Here we go. Go ahead.
And divers also of the princes of Israel.
Who were loyal to his father. Go ahead.
Joram was 32 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 8 years in Jerusalem. And he walked in the way of the kings of Israel, like as did the house of Ahab. For he had the daughter of Ahab to wife.
Oh, he married Ahab's daughter.
Judah.
Gosh. Go ahead.
And he wrought that which was evil in the eyes of the Lord. Howbeit, the Lord would not destroy the house of David, because of the covenant that he had made with David. And as he promised to give a light to him and to his sons forever. And his son, and in the days of and in his days, the Edomites revolted from under the dominion of Judah.
This is the time when Edom broke the yoke. They broke and rebelled against Judah. Once Judah went off, they were able to do what? Rebel. And go and do their own thing and set their own king. Go ahead.
And made themselves a king.
Made themselves a king. They became sovereign now. Go ahead.
Then Jehoram went forth with his princes and all his chariots with him. And he rose up by night and smote the Edomites, which compassed him in.
Then they went to war with us. Go ahead.
And the captains of the chariots. So the Edomites revolted from under the hand of Judah unto this day. The same day also did
The same time
also did Libnah revolt from under his hand.
Here we go.
Because he had forsaken the Lord God of his fathers.
Nations gain power. When we start going up, nations gain the upper hand. Go ahead.
Moreover, he made high places in the mountains of Judah, and caused the inhabitants of Jerusalem to commit fornication.
Here we go.
And compelled Judah thereto. And there came a writing to him from Elijah the prophet, saying, Thus saith the Lord God of David thy father, because thou hast not walked in the ways of Jehoshaphat thy father, nor in the ways of Asa king of Judah, but hast walked in the way of the kings of Israel, and hast made Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem to go a-whoring, like to the whoredoms of the house of Ahab, and hast slain thy brethren, thy father's house, which were better than thyself.
Damn.
Behold, with a great plague will the Lord smite thy people, and thy children, and thy wives, and thy goods, and thou shalt have a great sickness by disease of thy bowels.
Wow.
Until thy bowels fall out by reason of the sickness day by day.
Yo, Most High smote this dude with a plague to have his bowels fall out.
Damn.
Day by day. Go ahead.
Moreover, the Lord stirred up against Jehoram the spirit of the Philistines and of the Arabians.
And of the Arabs. Now they're starting to revolt against us because we started going off. Go ahead.
And there were near the Ethiopians.
Uh-huh.
And they came up into Judah and break into it.
They came into Judah. These two, Philistines and Arabs, came into Judah. Go ahead.
And break into it.
Broke into our realm. Go ahead.
And carried away all the substance that was found in the king's house.
Come on.
And his sons also.
His sons.
And his wives.
Uh-huh.
So that there was never left a son. So that there was never a son left him, save Jehoaz, the youngest of his sons.
So the Arabs and the Hamites got together and raided Judah territory. Why are we reading this? Does this sounds very, very familiar? Mm-hmm. Hamites and Arabs raiding a community of Judah. Now, let's get 22 and verse 1.
2 Chronicles chapter 22.
So let me make sure. Hold on. 17. I don't want to miss nothing. Hold on. Read on.
Yes, sir.
18.
Verse 18. And after all this, the Lord smote him with it in his bowels, with an incurable disease.
Messed him up. Messed Jehoram up. Go ahead.
And it came to pass that in the process of time, after the end of 2 years, his bowels fell out by reason of his sickness.
Jeez.
So he died of sore diseases. And his people made no burning for him.
Because he was an evil dude. Go ahead.
Like the burning of his fathers. 32 years old was he when he began to reign. And he reigned in Jerusalem 8 years. And departed without being desired.
He died and no one cared.
Howbeit, they buried him in the city of David, but not in the sepulchres of the king.
He wasn't worthy of being called because, damn, that's a terrible dishonor. 22 verse 1.
2 Chronicles chapter 22 and verse 1. And the inhabitants of Jerusalem made Ahaziah, his youngest son, king in his stead.
One that survived. Go ahead.
For the band of men that came with the Arabians to the camp had slain all the elders. So Ahaziah, the son of Jehoram, king of Judah, reigned.
So one was spared. They didn't get. So the Arabs and Hamites didn't get all of them. All right, now I'm messing their mic up. Now, get me. What do I want? We get into it. Give me Nehemiah 2 and 10.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 2 and verse 10.
Hold on, make sure I write that book down. I may have forgotten it. I'm going to pull it now. Hold on. Hold on. Nope, not yet. All right, go ahead.
Nehemiah chapter 2 and verse 10. When Sanballat the Horonite and Tobiah the servant, the Ammonite, heard of it, it grieved them exceedingly that there was come a man to seek the welfare of the children of Israel.
Read again. I'm sorry, read again.
Yeah, please read that again.
He read that thing like
welfare.
I lost my breath.
Oh, man.
Nehemiah chapter 2 verse 10.
That's my favorite program.
Y'all slipping up, IT, man. Where the sound bites?
Nah, y'all don't need it. It's all right. Y'all good.
That's your favorite program.
Take a look.
Well, don't forget the section.
You're not living that down. You're not living that down.
Man.
So you know you're not living that down. So you know.
All praises.
Yeah, where we at, Nehemiah 4?
Nehemiah chapter 2 and verse 10.
Yeah, read that.
When Sanballat the Horonite and Tobiah the servant, the Ammonite, heard of it, it grieved them exceedingly.
That Jerusalem was being rebuilt. They were upset. Go ahead.
That there was come a man to seek the welfare of the children of Israel.
Nehemiah. Go ahead.
So I came.
Wait. Yeah, read on.
So I came to Jerusalem and was there 3 days. And I arose in the night, I and some few men with me. Neither told I any man what my God had put in my heart to do at Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
Neither was there any beast with me, save the beast that I rode upon. And I went out by night by the gate of the valley, even before the dragon well, and to the dung port, and viewed the walls of Jerusalem, which were broken down, and the gates thereof were consumed with fire.
Because this is the aftermath of Babylon. When Babylon burned Jerusalem down, Nehemiah had to come behind Zerubbabel and Joshua and repair the walls and the houses that were burned. Because they went and repaired the temple. And Nehemiah had to return and build, and Ezra had to go and rebuild the wall and the houses around. Go ahead.
Verse 14. Then I went on to the gate of the fountain and to the king's pool, but there was no place for the beast that was under me to pass. Then went I up in the night by the brook and viewed the wall and turned back and entered by the gate of the valley and so returned.
Jump down to the point. Which time? 18.
Verse 18. Then I told them of the hand of my God which was good upon me, as also the king's words that he had spoken unto me. And they said, let us rise up and build.
Rise up and build Jerusalem. Go ahead.
So they strengthened their hands for this good work.
19.
But when Sanballat the
Horonite was in Moabite. Okay? Sanballat was a Moabite. Go ahead.
And Tobiah the servant, the Ammonite. And Geshem the Arabian.
Go ahead.
Heard it, they laughed us to scorn and despised us and said, what is this thing that ye do? Will ye rebel against the king?
Verse 20.
Then answered I them and said unto them, the God of heaven, he will prosper us. Therefore, we his servants will arise and build.
Watch this.
But ye have no portion, nor right, nor memorial in Jerusalem.
So why are Arabians in the land?
Damn.
They don't belong there. They have no right, no portion, no memorial in Jerusalem. They do not belong in Palestine. They don't belong there. They have no right to have that land at all. They conquered it through Islamic conquest. They took it over. Our forefathers said, you guys have no right to even be over here. Now, get me Nehemiah 4 and 6. So it says, Geshem the Arabian, Sanballat the Moabite, Tobiah the Ammonite. Give me Nehemiah 4 and 6.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 4 and verse 6. So built we the wall, and all the wall was joined together unto the half thereof, for the people had a mind to work.
Verse 7.
But it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabians.
Now it's plural. Sanballat, the Moabite, Tobiah, the Ammonite. Go ahead.
And the Arabians.
Go ahead.
And the Ammonites.
And more Ammonites behind Tobiah.
And the Ashdodites.
Hamites.
Heard that the walls of Jerusalem were made up, and that the breaches began to be stopped. Then they were very wroth.
Verse 8.
And conspired all of them together.
They did what?
And conspired all of them together.
They conspired all of them together. Arabs and Hamites and Moabites and Ammonites conspired together, seeing us rebuild our home. Go ahead.
To come and to fight against Jerusalem and to hinder it.
So these nations were always against the rebuilding of our nation, the rebuilding of our home, the rebuilding of our people. They've always been against it. They're ops. That's their biblical ops. That's what they are. Now, get me Psalms 96, verse 4. So they said, well, we can't really conquer them physically because they'll whip our behind. So we got to come a different way now. We can conquer them, but once we conquer them, how can we keep them in a way where they stay conquered? What can we do? Get Psalms 96, verse 4 and 5.
The book of Psalms, chapter 96 and verse 4. For the Lord is great and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods.
He's to be feared above all gods. Read the next verse.
For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens.
All the gods of the nations are made up. They're fabrications. They're not real. They're not real at all. Now, get me 2 Chronicles 32, verse 19. Let's see what that says real quick before I move on. 2 Chronicles 32, verse 19. What'd that say?
2 Chronicles chapter 32 and verse 19. And they spake against the God of Jerusalem, as against the gods of the people of the earth, which were the work of the hands of man.
So the gods of the people of all the earth, are the work of the hands of men. The gods they have are made up. They're not real. Get Isaiah 37, verse 18. What that says? Isaiah 37, verse 18.
Isaiah chapter 37 and verse 18. Of a truth, Lord, the kings of Assyria have laid waste all the nations and their countries.
Yep, watch this.
And have cast their gods into the fire.
They cast their gods into the fire. Go ahead.
For they were no gods.
For they were not gods. Go ahead.
But the work of a man's hands.
But the work of men's hands. Go ahead.
Wood and stone.
Wood and stone.
Therefore, they have destroyed them.
So their gods were destroyed. Their gods were nothing. They were the work of men's hands. All the nations outside of Israel have made up gods. Their gods are not real. None of them are real.
Check this out.
What we got here? The awkward moment.
That awkward moment.
Wow.
Oh.
That
awkward moment when you have to save your God because it cannot save itself and therefore cannot save you either.
Damn.
Jeremiah 10. Neither can they walk.
Yeah. You can't walk. It must be born.
You carry your gods across.
You gotta carry your gods around.
Hey, D, that's why in Isaiah he said, I will carry you even in your old age. The Lord carries us.
Yep. Give me give me Leviticus 26, verse 1.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 26 and verse 1. Ye shall make no idols, nor graven image, neither rear you up a standing image, neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land, to bow down unto it, for I am the Lord your God.
Hold on a second.
Yes, sir.
Read it again. I'm trying to find something real fast. When you're done, just so y'all talk or something. I'm gonna find something real quick.
Hey, give me Deuteronomy 4 and start at 16. This to show to show you that there's nothing they could do about the gods that they have. The Most High put in a spirit to worship those idols. Give me that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 16. Lest ye corrupt yourselves and make you a graven image.
Make you a graven image, the cross, the cobblestone. Go ahead.
The similitude of any figure.
The similitude of anything, the likeness of anything. Go ahead.
The likeness of male or female.
Mm-hmm.
The likeness of any beast.
Like the likeness of a male, you got what? Buddha. The likeness of male or female, you have Buddha. All right. You have white Jesus, Caesar Borgia. You have Hail Mary.
Oh yeah, female help.
Right.
Virgin Mary.
The likeness of read that part again. Astaroth. Read that part again.
The likeness of male or female.
Vishnu, Krishna. Go ahead.
The likeness of any beast that is on the earth. The likeness of any winged fowl that flieth in the air.
Mm-hmm.
The likeness of anything that creepeth on the earth.
Like who is it? I think it's Persia. Persia. They had the wing.
Not the scarab, right?
Yeah, was it?
Insect.
That was
Scarab
Egypt.
That was Zaretian. The Zaretian.
Many I sent to you, Manny. I sent to you.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Read on.
The likeness of any fish that is in the waters beneath the earth.
Yeah, Dagon. Yep. Dagon. Go ahead.
And lest thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven.
Uh-huh.
And when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the host of heaven, shouldest be driven to worship them.
Should we be driven to worship them? Go ahead.
And serve them.
And we serve them, the Israelites. Read.
Which the Lord thy God hath divided unto all nations.
Read that part again.
Which the Lord thy God hath divided unto all nations under the whole heaven.
So showing you there's nothing they could do about it. They have to worship idols. because they don't have a God. The Most High divided unto all the nations idols. All right?
Read it again. Leviticus 26:1 again. One more time. So there's no confusion. Because when it comes to Islam, they say that the prophets are Muslims. Okay, no problem. The prophets of the Bible somehow became Muslims. Even though the Bible predates Islam hundreds of years, thousands of years, somehow all the prophets are Muslims. No problem. Read that, please.
Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 1. Ye shall make no idols, nor graven image, neither rear you up a standing image.
A Kaaba, a cube. Go ahead.
Neither shall ye set up any image of stone.
Image of a stone. Go ahead.
In your land.
In your land.
To bow down unto it.
To do what?
To bow down unto it.
That's what they're doing in this picture here. They're bowing down to a stone.
Millions.
Millions of them. In a standing image. Go ahead.
For I am the Lord your God.
Because I am your God. This has been going on long before the cop. Now, give me that I sent you, Britannica, real fast. Britannica. Get mad if you want. It's about to start. It's going to get real bad from here.
Let's get it deep.
Black stone of Mecca. Let's read it.
Black stone of Mecca. Muslim object of veneration.
Muslim object of veneration. Look up veneration, please. The definition. You can't read past that word. Muslim object of veneration. What does veneration mean? Read that.
Veneration, or veneration of saints, is the act of honoring a saint, a person who has been identified as having a high degree of sanctity or holiness. Angels are shown similar veneration in many religions.
Definition, please. That's not enough. I need. Oh, get venerate. Get venerate. Venerate. Take out I-O-N, put E. Venerate. There we go. Go down.
Venerate. Regard with great respect. Revered.
Synonyms.
Revered, reverence, respect, worship.
Worship. Go ahead.
Adulate. Hallow.
Hallow.
Deify.
Deify.
Idolize.
Idolize. Idolize. Go ahead.
Hold sacred. Exalt.
Exalt.
Honor. Esteem. Look up to. Think highly of. Pay homage to. Pay tribute to. Adore. Praise. Extol. Aggrandize. Lionize. Hold in awe. Stand in awe of. Marvel at. Value. Put on a pedestal. Magnify. Laud. Revered. Respected. Esteemed. Honored. Hallowed. Holy. Sacred.
Venerate means to worship. Go back to the definition. Go back to the word again. Britannica again. Read it again. Now we know what the word means.
Black stone of Mecca. Muslim object of veneration.
We're going to take out the word venerate and put worship there. Black stone, Muslim object of worship. Go ahead.
Built into the eastern wall of the Kaaba. Small shrine within the great mosque of Mecca.
Come on.
And probably dating from the pre-Islamic religion of the Arabs.
That stone predates Islamic religion. It predates it. I'm going to show you where it was before Islam came about, what it was. It was an idol. I'm going to show you. Read on.
It now consists of 3 large pieces and some fragments, surrounded by a stone ring and held together with a silver band. According to popular Islamic legend.
Stop. According to what?
Popular Islamic legend.
According to popular Islamic legend. No evidence, nothing. It's just legend. Myth. Go ahead.
The stone was given to Adam on his fall from paradise.
God gave Adam a rock when he got kicked out of paradise. The Lord knows why he gave him a rock for. But read on.
It was originally white, but has become black by absorbing the sins of the thousands of pilgrims.
Whoa. So the stone was white when he gave it to Adam, and when man got a hold of it and started hugging it, kissing it, and humping on it, their sins were absorbed into the rock. And it became black. Read it again, please. I'm joking about the humping part, but it's still funny. Read it again.
The stone was given to Adam on his fall from paradise and was originally white, but has become black by absorbing the sins of the thousands of pilgrims who have kissed and touched it.
Stop.
Hey, yo.
So when you kiss, the rock.
There's foreplay.
Oh, not now. Not now.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
When you kiss,
Amalek goes here and humps the wall. Right?
Yeah, Amalek humps the stone wall, and these guys kiss it and lick it.
Yep.
Anyway, the point is, you guys, y'all, man, nations is something else, man. Anyway, the point is that this stone basically cleans you of your sins. So y'all get mad at Christians and go, how a man died for your sins, but a stone absolves you of yours. You mock Christians for saying a man died for their sins, but turn around and say a rock basically cleansed you of yours. That sound ridiculous. A man sound more practical. That make more sense. But a stone cleanses your sins? Read on.
In 930, it was carried away by the fanatics of the Qarmatian sect and held for ransom about 20 years.
Y'all believe this stuff. Y'all purposely believe this. Okay, now get me Baruch 3 verse 16. Now understand, I'm not attacking my people who subscribe to this. What I'm doing is I'm trying to bring an awareness to the fact that this religion was created by nations outside of us. We don't belong in this religion. If the Israelites want to honor and reverence the stone and honor Muhammad as their prophet and kiss a stone and love it and rub it, whatever, let them do that. I'm trying to pull my people out of that. And I'm going to show you as we go on through the lesson, I'm going to show you why that religion has nothing to do with you. I'm going to show you. Baruch chapter 3 and 16.
Baruch chapter 3 and verse 16. Where are the princes of the heathen become? And such as rule. Sorry.
Skipping word. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man.
Congratulations, nigga.
Baruch chapter 3 and verse 16. Where are the princes of the heathen become? And such as ruled the beast upon the earth.
Context is where the heathen become. Read on.
Verse 17. They that had their pastime with the fowls of the air, and they that hoarded up silver and gold, wherein men trust, and made no end of their greeting.
Nations do this. They come and they go. They're here today, gone tomorrow. Go ahead. Where's their wealth now? They're gone. Go ahead.
For they that wrought in silver and were and they that wrought in silver and were so careful, and whose work are unsearchable, they are vanished and gone down to the grave.
They die. They go. They conquer. They take wealth and so forth. Accumulate all this wealth and they die. Leaving it behind. Go ahead.
And others are come up in their steads. Young men have seen light.
Young men of heathens have seen light.
And dwelt upon the earth.
Come on.
But the way of knowledge have they not known.
So heathens gather up wealth and power, but they don't. But the way of knowledge they have not known. Watch this.
Nor understood the paths thereof, nor laid hold of it.
Watch this.
Their children were far off from that way.
The nations or their children, their descendants were far off from the way of knowledge. This Bible. Watch this.
And it hath not been heard of in Canaan.
The way of knowledge was not heard of among the Hamites. Go ahead.
Neither hath it been seen in Teman.
Or the Ottoman Turks or Edomites. The Turks or Edomites, same thing. Teman, they're wise men. It ain't heard from them. Go ahead.
The Agarenes that seek wisdom upon earth.
The Agarenes that seek wisdom upon the earth. Give me that real quick. Type in. I want you to type in who are the Hagarenes.
Yo, you good, bro? Yeah. You seem like you're trying to read the whole chapter as one verse.
Congrats.
Your brother told us how you be all into reading and shit.
Hagarenes.
That reading shit is hard, son.
Nah, I mean, like it's hard. Like, nah, I mean, like, yo, like it's hard, yo. Like, nah, I mean, like, yo. Nah, I mean, like the books, like, yo, like, nah, I mean.
All right.
Congratulations, Negro. Congratulate me for reading.
Congratulations, nigga.
That show was good, man. All right, where we at?
All right.
You gonna say there? Read that.
Hagarenes. The name used interchangeably with Ishmaelites.
There you go. The Hagarenes are Hagar. You had Abraham and Hagar. Hagar married Ishmael, married Abraham, and these Arabs or Ishmaelites named themselves after their mother Hagar or Hagarenes. Hagarenes. Read again.
The name used interchangeably with Ishmaelites.
Go ahead.
Came also to mean
any Muslim.
Damn.
So.
Damn. Son.
Wow. I didn't know that was even there. Read on.
Where'd you find that? An example of its current usage is Aryani, a name used for Bulgarian Muslims, and colloquial Bulgarian.
Colloquial Bulgarian, because the Bulgarians were Edomites that converted to Islam in the Middle Ages. That's why Islam is there. Bulgarians or Bulgars or Edomite Arabs. I'm sorry, Edomites that convert to Islam over there in Europe. They're called Bulgars or Bulgarians. But they call themselves Hagarenes also, even though they're not really Hagarenes by race. but the Hagarenes by religion. So Hagarenes is in reference to Ishmaelites or Muslims. Read Baruch again.
Baruch chapter 3 and verse 23. The Hagarenes that seek wisdom upon earth.
The Hagarenes or Muslims, the Arabs, they seek wisdom upon the earth. Go ahead.
The merchants of Meran. And
the merchants of Meran are Midianites. Midian, that's Keturah's kids, who was or called people today called Afghanis. That's Midian or Bedouins. Some Bedouin tribes are Afghanis, Midianites. Go ahead.
And of Teman.
Teman will be your Edomites or Edomite Arabs over there in Turkey. Go ahead.
The authors of fables.
What are the Hagarenes? What are the Midianites? What are the Temanites?
The authors of fables.
Like the legend of Adam being cast out of heaven, when given a white stone, you kiss it and it absorbs your sins.
Hey,
that's a fable. There's no where's the evidence of this, that Adam was kicked out of paradise and given a white rock? Where is the evidence of this? I want to see it. Where is it? It's BS. It's garbage.
Bring it out, D.
So you black folks don't want to follow this religion, man. I am dumbfounded. I'm dumbfounded by this, man. I'm dumbfounded by it. All right. Wusa. Goose fraba. Anyway, read verse 23.
Verse 23. The Hagarenes that seek wisdom upon earth. The merchants of Meran.
Midian.
And of Teman.
Edom.
The authors of fables.
The Hagarenes, Teman, and Midian are authors of fables. They make things up. They make their gods up. Read on.
And searchers out of understanding.
And they seek understanding. Remember, I'll get to that later on, but they sought wisdom of who their ancestors were, and the Jews gave it to them. Your forefathers Ishmael, and they were happy to hear it. I'm going to get to that later on, Lord's will in time. Go ahead in the lessons. Go ahead. Ahead. Lessons ahead. Go ahead.
None of these have known the way of wisdom.
None of these have known the way of wisdom. None of these know or understand the Bible. That's what he's saying. Or the prophets, or Moses. Read.
Or remember her paths.
Or remember her paths. They do not have the knowledge that God gave Israelites. They don't have it. It's not present with them. That's why I said before, they can have their legends. They can have the Kaaba. I have no problem. If they want to go down there and battle it, listen, have that. I have no problem with them. Ishmael, go over there, bow down to it, reverence it, love it. Muhammad's your prophet. Cool, great. I'm talking to the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Americans and those of the diaspora that subscribe to that. I'm talking to you. I want you to forsake it. Doesn't belong to you. That God don't belong to you. Right. That prophet don't belong to you. Right. Their book don't belong to you. Right. I'm pulling you out of that. Let Ishmael, let the so-called Palestinians, let them have that.
That's what they were made to do.
That's what they were made to do. That's their God. That's their legends. That's their fable. Let them follow behind their fables. They're acclaimed fables. It's fine for them, but you, our people, get out of there. Get out. You have your own true God that looks like you.
Come out from among them.
Come out from among them. Exactly. Get that.
Second Corinthians, chapter 6 and verse 17. Wherefore, come out from among them, and be ye separate.
This is what the Bible says. The Lord said, come out from among them, and be ye separate. Go ahead.
Saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing.
The unclean thing is the idols of these other nations. Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, Taoism, politics. All that is it's all nonsense. Read.
And I will receive you.
And I will receive you. Go ahead. I'll give you understanding that they don't have. Go ahead.
And I will be a father unto you.
I will be a father unto you. Do y'all know that they say that Jesus and all the prophets were Muslim, but they're not allowed to call Allah their father. They believe that Allah is the master and they're the servants. If you ask them, do you call Allah your father? They'll say no. He's my master. So, but the prophets called the Heavenly Father, or God, who you say Allah, they call him Father all throughout the Bible. Christ said Father numerous times, but he's a Muslim. But if the prophets are Muslims, why do they refer to Allah, as y'all would say, as Father, but y'all say we can't call him a father? Because they weren't Muslims. That stuff came later on. Read on.
And I will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Lord Almighty.
Lord Almighty. Now, get me real quick. I want Wikipedia, Hagarites. So you have Agarenes, and they're also referred to as Hagarites. All right? Give me Psalms 83 first. I ain't write that down. Psalms 8, I think it's in Psalms. Psalms 83. Yep. Verse 4 real quick so we can get past it. That's what the names. These are the enemies that conspired against us back in Nehemiah 4, verse 6 to 8.
Psalms chapter 83 and verse 4.
Read verse 3.
Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
These nations got together. Go ahead, Hagarites is H-A-G-R-I-T-E-S.
Check out that R.
Check out the A. Yes, right there. Read it again.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And
against your people. Go ahead.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
Because of their counsel, we became hidden. Our identity was hidden from us. Read on.
They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation.
These nations said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation. The Arabs call us Ahal al-Katab. That means the people of the scriptures or people of the book. Ahal, populace of people. Al, the Katab, the pages or the book. They call us that. They know we are Israelites. If you, I challenge y'all who watch it right now. If you come across a so-called Arab or a Turk, ask them, according to the Quran, who was your forefather? Is it Ishmael? They're going to say, yes, brother, yes. They'll be excited to talk about that. All praises, all praises. Assalamu alaikum, all praises. Let me ask you a question, another question. Sure. If Ishmael is the forefather of you, who is the forefather of me in the Quran? Who's my forefather? They're going to give you two answers. We're all children of God. We're all children of Abraham. Or it doesn't matter. Those are the three. They're going to give you those three. I guarantee you. Put money on it. I guarantee you it's going to be those three answers. Doesn't matter. Children of Abraham or children of God. They might give you Isaac. They will not say Jacob. Why? Read verse 4 again.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Why?
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
No more in their remembrance. That's why the anthropologists had a hard time saying where these guys come from. We know historically the Jews are black. Where these Ashkenazi come from? Because our identity is no longer in remembrance in the world. Most of the world don't know who we are, including us. Read on.
For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
Against our God and against us. Go ahead.
The tabernacles of Edom.
White folk, number 1, Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
Israelites, number 2. Arabs. Go ahead.
Of Moab.
Moab, that's Chinese, number 3.
And the Hagarenes.
That's Muslims. That's the Arabs again. Hagarenes. Arabs. Now, let's go back. Because not all Ishmaelites are Muslim. Not all of them are, but the primary, pretty much, not all of them are Muslim, but some are Christian. But the point is that the wild ones are Ishmaelite children also. But the Hagarenes are Arabs. Now, read that here.
Hagarite. The Hagarites, also spelled Hagarite or Hagarite, and called Hagarenes.
Let me rephrase that. Most Ishmaelites are Muslim, yes. Some are Christian. And the ones who are not Muslim get killed by the ones that are Muslim. Go ahead.
And called Hagarenes. Agarenes and sons of Agar were associated with the Ishmaelites mentioned in the Hebrew Bible. The inhabitants of the regions of Jatar, Nephesh, and Nadab, lying east of Gilead.
Come on.
Their name is understood to be related to that of the biblical Hagar.
Right.
They live a nomadic, animal herding lifestyle in sparsely populated land east of the Israelites.
Right. So that's Ishmael. Now, get me Jeremiah 2. Wait, it says stop at events. Keep going. Stop at events. I don't know why, but let's keep going.
According to
wait, where's the events at? Find events so I know where we stop at. Okay, stop this. Go back up and read and start there. Yep, this is good. Read the whole thing.
According to 1 Chronicles, chapter 5, verses 18 to 22, the Reubenites, Gadites, and the half of the tribe of Manasseh and Gilead brought 44,760 to battle with the Hagrites and defeated them.
We went to war with Ishmael. Go ahead.
Through the battle, the Reubenites captured the Hagrite land, as well as 50,000 camels, 250,000 sheep, 2,000 donkeys.
Come on.
Finally, the Reubenites captured 100,000 Hagrites, men, women, and children, and held them as captives, according to Theodore Nadick. These numbers are enormously exaggerated.
No, they're not. Read on.
King David of Israel made Jaziz the Hagrite steward of his flocks, but the Hagrites are not mentioned in the historical books as a distinct people after the reign of King David.
Watch this.
In Psalms 83 and 6, the Hagrites are included in a list of 10 peoples.
A list of 10 peoples. Go ahead.
That form a coalition.
That form a coalition. To do what?
To attack Israel.
Watch this.
For the purpose of wiping it off the map.
For the purpose of wiping it out of existence. Watch this.
Because the war described in Psalms 83 has not yet occurred historically.
But
it is often designated as a prophetic psalm describing future events.
Boom. Damn. That's prophecy. Psalms 83 is all prophecy.
That's right.
Didn't happen during David's time. Didn't happen during Solomon's time. Happened later when we were conquered. They conspired later. And we are the walking end result. You stupid Negroes saying we're victims. That's the end result there. We are the end result of that coalition. That injustice league of nations. Are we still crazy now? Now, get me Jeremiah 2:27. Jeremiah 2:27. Fables. Following fables.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2 and verse 27. Saying to a stock, thou art my father.
This is what Israel does. Saying to a stock, thou art my father, or thou art my master. Same thing.
And to a stone, thou hast brought me forth.
Go ahead.
For they have turned their back unto me, and not their face. But in the time of their trouble, they will say, arise and save us.
Because the nations that revere or venerate that stone would enslave us. And we will be crying to the Lord to save us from them. Get 3 verse 2.
Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 2.
Where we learn this from? 3 verse 2.
They say.
No, Jeremiah 3 verse 2.
Lift up thine eyes unto the high places, and see where thou hast not been lying with.
Israel always messed around with the other nations in their idolatry or them physically. Go ahead.
And the ways hast thou sat for them.
Sat to learn.
As the Arabian in the wilderness.
We sat and learned from the Arabian in the wilderness. Read on.
And thou hast polluted the land with thy whoredoms and with thy wickedness.
Jump to verse 9.
Verse 9. And it came to pass through the likeness of her whoredom that she defiled the land.
And did what?
And committed adultery with stones and with stocks.
With stones and with stocks. Because that Kaaba stone was an idol. It's a pre-Islamic stone. It's one of the idols that they worship. They worship 360 gods for each day of the year, the Kaaba being one of them. And we worship those gods over there. When we got over there, we worshiped them. And I dare any Muslim to come out here, call the show. Give me your number again, the number, put it up, if they're watching. I challenge you to call the show and to prove me wrong that stone was not an idol before Muhammad made it just one. 267-702-6121. 267-702-6121. Prove to me when you call that stone was not an idol before it was eventually allowed by Muhammad to be put in that, being honored. Now, get me, where we at? What time we got? All right, a little bit more time. I'm going to try to stop it. I'm going to stop 10 more minutes. Give me Acts 19, verse 35. Watch this. Stone, venerating a stone is not new. It's not new at all. Acts 19, 33.
The book of Acts, chapter 19, verse 33. And they drew Alexander out of the multitude, the Jews putting him forward. And Alexander beckoned with the hand, and would have made his defense unto the people. But when they knew that he was a Jew, all with one voice about the space of 2 hours cried out, Great is Diana of the Ephesians.
Great is Diana of the Ephesians. Great is Diana of the Ephesians. Go ahead.
And when the town clerk had appeased the people.
He calmed them down. Go ahead.
He said, Ye men of Ephesus, what man is there that thou knowest not how that the city of the Ephesians is a worshiper of the great goddess Diana?
Now you see this image here is Ashtoreth, it's Ishtar. Well, her name is also in the Greek Diana. Diana is the same Diana in Justice League you call Wonder Woman today.
Right.
And your Flash is Hermes. And your Batman is Hades. And your Superman is Zeus. And I think Cyborg is Mephisto or something like that, or some kind of god. But these are all gods.
Queen of Heaven.
Queen of Heaven, Diana, Gaia, Mother Earth, Mother Nature. That's her there. Isis, that's her there. Easter, Yoster, that's her. All right, read on. And she knows she's stone here. Now read on. Well, that's not stone. That's some kind of, what is that?
Where?
What texture is that? What is that material she's made of?
Ivory.
Ivory, marble. Yeah, marble. I said marble. Read on.
And of the image which fell down from Jupiter.
Wait. Her image fell down from where?
From Jupiter.
Her image fell from space because most say that that's rock over there in Mecca is a meteorite. She fell from heaven. Read on.
Seeing then that these things cannot be spoken against, ye ought to be quiet and to do nothing rashly.
So the deifying of stones and things falling from the sky is nothing new. There's another god, I think his name is, the god is Sybil. Cybele. I think the god Sybil. She also another rock god that fell from the sky that they reverenced back then as well. I think it's CY. Try that one. Try CY, a rock god, Cybele. Cybele. Real quick. I'm just shooting from the hip right here. This is just off top. Let me see it. Sybil. Yeah, click Sybil. Wikipedia. Let me see it. Can we go down? Mother, Mountain Mother, national deity of Phrygia, go down. Phrygian cult, go down. Greece, Sybil misconception. Minoan equivalent to Rhea, was Japheth worshipped her, go down. Rome, hold on. Trojan goddess, Aeneas, go down. Anatolia, go down. Type in stone. Let me see if it mentions what she's stone or rock or something. Try finding the page stone or rock. Type rock, yeah, rock or stone goddess. Whatever, rock goddess, yeah, whatever. Right, that. No. Let me see, go up. There we go. Yeah. Click that. Find that in there.
Dang.
I know I wasn't bugging out. I knew it was Sybil. Click that and go to that part where it says that. There we go. Read that, please, regarding Sybil.
In the 2nd century AD, you want me to get to the point?
Get to the point. Yep.
At Pasinos in Phrygia.
This is a god worshiping Phrygia. Go ahead.
The mother goddess, identified by the Greeks as Sybil, took the form of an unshaped stone of black meteoric iron.
Damn. Go ahead.
It may have been associated with or identical to
Agdistis,
Pasinino's mountain deity. This was the aniconic stone that was removed to Rome in 204.
Black stones are nothing new. Nothing new. Diana of the Ephesians, Sybil, it's all the same. Same old fable. Same. I know I wasn't bugging out. I said, it's Sybil.
Man, all praise.
Oh, gosh. Get me Foundations of Islam. How much time I have? 3:30. Number 4. I'll let it ride. I'll chill. I'm gonna go there too. I'm gonna go in next time. We're gonna go into Foundations of Islam. We're gonna get some more information about this religion, the doctrine it holds. Do I want to pull it? Do I want to use it?
Save it, D.
Yeah.
Save it.
All right.
Let them marinate on what just came out.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. If you got friends and family who are in Islam, I would encourage you to have them watch the show if they believe in the Bible, as well as most Muslims claim or profess to accept the Bible to a degree. So have them, follow along. If they have questions, they can call in or text in. I have no problem with that, as long as it's in reference to the show's topic, which will be, the Islamic slave trade Islam. All right, so hope you guys enjoyed the show, and shalom. We'll fall back in shalom.
Hey, Israel, let's give a hand for the deep. All praise the Most High. Great class. Let's get
Doctrine Slayer is
back.
Roy.
That's
a vengeance.
Yeah, all praises for our reader, too.
Yeah.
She tried.
Yeah, you gotta give him special glasses.
Yeah, that reading.
Thank you. No praises. That's what I remember. That's what I like the most.
I got something for you, Manny. All right.
Oh, man.
Let's get to these announcements. All right. Remember to subscribe on YouTube and Instagram to Our Hidden History Radio. All right. Make sure you hit the notifications button so you know when we go live. You don't want to miss any episode. Also, subscribe to our Philly channels, IUIC Philadelphia and IUIC Philadelphia in the Classroom, to get the content and latest camp videos from the deacon and captains and officers of IUIC Philly. Donate to to IUIC Philadelphia for Our Hidden History. You can donate on PayPal to IUIC.Philadelphia@IsraelUnite.org. In the comment section, put OHH. You can also donate to the Booster Club. You can donate to the Booster Club on PayPal.
Cletus. I'm sorry. Mortimer and Cletus. Cletus and Biff and Mortimer. Cletus. I told I was going to say it, but I won't forget it. Cletus. Proceed. Remind me, it's Cletus next time.
Write that down in the notes.
Yeah, write that down. Cletus and Mortimer.
Cletus and Mortimer.
You can donate to the Booster Club on PayPal.
It was bothering me. I said, I'm going to figure it out.
You can donate on PayPal to the Booster Club on IUIC.fundraising@IsraelUnite.org. Subscribe to IUIC TV to get exclusive content from the leadership of IUIC.
Oh, God. What's wrong with this dude, bro?
Yo.
What's wrong with this dude today, man? This guy got
that reading shit
hit
is
a
hard.
speed
a
bump.
whole gumdrop in his mouth or something. While he's reading the scriptures.
Your brother told us how you be all into reading this shit.
Oh, let's try again, bro. I'm sorry, I couldn't help him, man. You've been
Israel.
effing up all day, man. Oh, man.
Pray for me.
He started to do from Boots Almighty. Remember
He's drowning.
Satan took hold of my lips at the last minute.
Oh, man.
Subscribe to IUIC
snap.
TV and get exclusive content from the leadership of IUIC.
We need that as a soundbite.
Yeah.
And tune in next to Raven and Wolves with Deacon Malafire.
Oh, man.
All right, next. All right, for IUIC missing persons, we are looking for our sister Anela London McIntyre. She is 12 years old, female, hair red, eye color brown, height 5'5", weight 130. All right, her last seen whereabouts was what's that? April 20th. Thank you. April 20th. No clothing description is known. All right, if you do see it, make sure you reach out to your local authorities and let's help find our sisters. All right. Next. Shalom. We're seeking assistance to enhance our national broadcast. Kindly spare a minute to provide feedback by answering 5 brief questions. All right, so just make sure you scan that QR code. You write down specifics. You know, sometimes you want to know who actually did that soundbite, or why is the volume so low?
Damn, homie.
We'll be glad to give you their names.
Yeah, we can give you the names.
We name drop over here.
Yeah, we definitely do. Manuel is spelled Manuel.
Oh, man.
Just make sure you spell it right. We want to get specific. We want to help the people.
Bring a flashlight.
Throwing people under the bus right now. That's the name.
No. I'm putting them on the bus. But yeah, that's it.
All right, so hope you guys enjoyed the show. We're going to go in next week, Lord's will. We're going to go in on this doctrine, this fable. We got to do it to pull our people out of these strongholds, out of these doctrines to the best of our ability. So with that, y'all stay tuned and hang on. It's going to be a crazy ride next week. So with that, we say shalom. Most High Christ bless. Thanks for watching the show. See you then.
Most High Christ bless.